Hello, welcome. My name's Nikki from Carlton Yoga Collective, and we're offering you a 20-minute yoga movement class. So for this session, I've decided to place some emphasis on a foundational breath practice that we include in our classes at Carlton Yoga Collective. And it's a foundational breath practice that's been from the beginning of the Soma yoga trainings in 2004. So this breath practice is known as the sighing breath. And the sighing breath is inclusive of sound, but you don't have to be loud unless it's something that you're wanting to explore. So let's start by sitting comfortably. And as you're sitting, also noticing the sense of ground under you, so having a sense of ground. So it's all simple, feeling the weight of your legs resting towards and into the floor, into your mat. A sense of your sit bones, sort of pressing down into the floor. So you can have a sense of your hips, just sort of feeling a little bit heavier as well as you're sitting in towards the ground. And then already, because I've been doing this a long time, I'm already going to have a yawn and a sigh before we even start. So what I'd like you to do is first just join me in 3 deep sighing cleansing breaths. Then I'm going to read a tiny bit of information about where the sighing breath has come from. And then from there, we're going to explore it a little bit further, and then we're going to include it every now and then, maybe a little more than you might usually do in a class, while we're moving, just to get a sense of it and how it can also support us in our movement. So to begin with, let's take a deep breath in through your nose and just feel the air coming into your body, into the trunk of your body. Take a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, it's a on the out breath. May not happen straight away unless you've been practicing this a lot. You might start to also get a sense of an actual resting down and a sinking into the body and a little bit more towards the base of your body as well. 2 more. Deep breath in. Been doing this a long time, so pathways have been established between myself and my body as well. So my mind is already, I'm noticing, there's a resting down, there's a sinking starting to happen. And 1 more. Deep breath in. And out. And now breathing naturally. You can include more sighs if you feel like it, as I'm just going to read a short paragraph just to give us a little bit more educational understanding of what's happening for us when we breathe in this way. So, excuse me, I'll take these days also need glasses. So this is from Dr. Julie Henderson's book, Embodying Wellbeing, and the title is incredible because, it's wonderful, and because it's embodying well-being, how to feel as good as you can in spite of everything. And this has been her teachings. Leanne has included these within the yoga training since 2004. So nice to revisit for those of you who maybe this isn't new, and so good to know, I think, for those of you that this could be newer information. So sighing. Anything that opens the breath is a good thing, because when we breathe more, we are more vital, more responsive, and more energized. Sighing also specifically pumps our central diaphragm, which helps all the other diaphragms to move, and I've only touched some of them, diaphragms to move. The more toned and resilient our diaphragms are, the more easily and appropriately we are able to move the fluids of our body. Blood, lymph, cerebrospinal fluid, and our body is made up by adults, they say a minimum of 60% of fluids makes up our body. So if those fluids aren't moving, you can imagine how we could feel, and then also if we move those fluids more, how that just affects our whole life. Appropriate fluid movement means appropriate energy movement and distribution. Appropriate fluid movement also means balanced internal fluid pressure. That appropriate inner pressure of fluid is actually what holds us easily upright and makes feelings of confidence more inevitable. Now, not a confidence that we have to think about, but literally feeling in our body a sense of, with some ease, because the fluids, they're moving more through the whole body, and you get a sense of some ease in feeling buoyant, rather than, they're sinking, they're stagnant, and there's that feeling instead. So I just wanted to mention a little bit. So what we're going to do from here is take 3 more deep sighing breaths. Then we're going to move. And every so often I'm going to include the sighing breath as we're moving, so we can just notice the effect of this for ourselves. So again, 3 deep cleansing breaths. This time you can either be aware, or if you're comfortable, also wrap your hands around here. Lower ribs, thumbs wrapping around the back of your lower ribs. And let's see if we can deepen this sighing breath by breathing a little wider into our hands through the sides and the back of our lower ribs. And this also creates a fuller movement of the actual diaphragm as we're breathing. So here we go. So taking and don't worry if you don't feel like the breath's getting into your hands. Just send it in that direction. This is all about practice as well. So from here, just taking a breath, breathing into your hands, sides back of the ribs expanding. So deep breath in. And then out with a possibly noticing a sink further within your body. And again, deep breath in. And one more breath in. And if you naturally feel like yawning, because often when we get the breath and the oxygen moving more fully through the body, a yawn may come. Yawning can also increase the oxygen flow, of course, and get the breath moving, so they go both ways. But for me, I noticed there's a yawn. Okay. So now breathing naturally in and out of your nose. Of course, if you feel like including a sigh when I'm not mentioning it, please do as well. And let's start to warm up and stretch into areas of the body. So to begin with, you can take your right hand beside your hip, feeling the connection, the contact to the ground through the base of your body and into your hand. Sit bones pressing down and reaching this arm up, and then just coming over as much as it feels good and comfortable. See if you can rotate your chest, so hit your chest bone up towards the ceiling a little bit more. And either gazing upwards, you can also gaze down, but just try not to collapse into your neck there. Deep breath in. And out. Lifting up, just feeling the whole movement. Connection to the ground, pressing in and away from the ground, feeling that length, feeling that reach. Sit bones, even weight through your sit bones. Noticing breathing, just natural in and out breath. Maybe coming into that side stretch slightly more, rotating the chest possibly slightly more. Breath in and out. And then from here, slight more pace, I guess you could say, coming up, reaching over, breath in, rotating your chest down. Now keep reaching, and then as you breathe out, brush towards the earth, relax through the upper body, the neck and the head, connect to the ground, reach, rotate, and down. One more each side, so I'll keep the breath rhythm going here. Deep breath in. Just natural breath in, rotating, breathing out. Last one, breath in. Rotate, keep feeling that reach right here, and then out. Both arms coming out. Feel the reach out. Feel the reach up. Sit bones, base of your body still pressing down, connecting to the ground, the earth. And here, just reach. So if you feel like you've lifted out of your base, just soften, just relax back down as much as you can as you keep gently reaching up at the same time. Again, I can feel another yawn coming on. One sighing breath, breath in. And out. Releasing your arms, and you can roll your shoulders here. For a couple of moments, it's noticing inhalation, exhalation of your breathing. So just breathing in and out of your nose. So from here, we're going to come straight onto our hands and our knees. So your knees stacking underneath your hips, your wrists stacking underneath your shoulders, spreading your fingers. So we'll warm up particularly the spine and the trunk of our body, just breathing naturally for the cat-cows here. So slight lift of your chest, your tailbone, you'll feel your belly also dip a little, but also connection with ground. You're just gently pressing in and away from the ground here. And then as you go the other way, keep pressing in and away from the ground, and a sense that you're really hollowing up and noticing the back of your back. Gently lifting here, relaxing also your neck, your head, and starting to notice your spine more. And again, lift, tight lift, chest, tailbone. Just breathing naturally, whichever way feels comfortable at the moment, in and out, and again, hollowing up. One more in each direction. Noticing the feeling as much as you can, just bringing some awareness, some noticing to your spine as well. Coming into more of a neutral position, and then taking your knees back on that slight angle. So now we're going to bring more of a circular rolling motion through our body. And so it's particularly good, these rolling motions also on our joints, through our spine. They do have an effect of the fluids moving through the body as well. And these rolling motions, they touch, they bring movement to smaller pockets, for example, of muscle groups in the body. And then of course there's fascia. Fascia that covers everything through the body. It's like electrical current circuit. It gets moved, it gets tugged, it gets squeezed, it gets released. And the rolling motions, they naturally also have effect on our fascia. So here, take your buttocks back as much as it's comfortable, rolling up and around. So, you know, rolling motions, they are more of a free-flowing movement. So noticing, you know, how big or small you'd like to roll, you know, where you're wanting to bring that roll. So for example, if there's tension, so I'm noticing just in here, oh, I'm a bit tense. So I can roll a little bit more like this. And then, you know, some of you might feel, wow, in the upper back towards your neck, there's stiffness. So just seeing if you can include these areas of tension and take the roll there. Notice your breathing. Now, going in the other direction, we're going to include 3 deep sighing breaths as we roll. So, breath in. And out. Oh. Oh. Deep breath in. And out. Oh. Oh, just noticing feeling and sensations in your body. One more breath in and out. Oh. Oh. meeting back in a four-pointed position. I'm just noticing, yep, those sides, I can feel my breath opening up more. I can feel in my body. My breath is moving more fully through my body. So we are making our way into down dog, so we get to move a little bit more. So curling your toes under, pressing back, just take a couple of moments just here so you can get a good stretch into the toes. Feel your fingers spread. Lifting up into down dog position. Feet about hip width apart. Feeling your fingers spread. And then from here we just pedal out. So we do want to warm up a little bit more into the leg. As you know, it's a 20-minute class, so we won't be doing anything vigorous because the warm-up, there hasn't been an inclusion of all our foundational warm-ups. So it's a little bit of a different approach. So let's take time here to get some length into the back of the legs. Notice your breathing. Notice if every now and then you want to include a sighing breath, to do that. And now, as I'm including some of our rolling motions today in this session, let's come into convoluted dog. So actually first, come right up on the balls of your feet and then press your heels back towards the floor, the ground. And again, right up on the balls of the feet, breath in, exhale, down. One more, breath in. And out. And now having a bend at your knees and coming forward. Press away from the ground, lift. Up and back, bend, coming forward, lift, up and back, feeling the strength and the action in your legs and arms and the fluid movement that you're bringing through the trunk of your body, and see if more of that fluid movement, that roll, can come to your spine and touch and move more of your spine. Two more this way. Breathing in as you come forward, exhale, back. Breath in, coming forward, exhale, back, and then other way for about 5. Roll right up and over, exhale, back. Rolling right up and over, exhale, back. And again, just see if you can, I'm just seeing if I can, just let my spine get included a little bit more in that roll. And then from here, knees coming down, big toes together, taking your knees wider, pressing back into child's pose, feeling your sit bones pressing back, feeling the reach forward. And let's include 3 deep sighing breaths. See if you can breathe a little more into the sides and the back of your lower ribs. Our kidneys are in here as well, yeah? So there will be a filling up of energy, of chi that comes with the breath into the kidneys too. So, deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in, sides, back of the ribs expanding. And out. And again, breath in, and out. Coming up onto your hands and your knees. Making your way back into down dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And again, we can just pedal out for a couple of moments here. And now bend your knees that little bit deeper. Looking forward, step walk to the top of your mat. Breath in, lift. Exhale, fold. Breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, just standing there for a couple of moments, noticing inhalation and exhalation of your breathing. So from here, we are just going to finish with just a very simple sequencing, bringing a little bit more movement into the body and then heading back down to the floor. So Just coming up towards the top of your mat. Feeling the opening here, the roundedness under your armpits as well. It'll be your left leg that moves, so you circle. Like you're carving a ball in space. Left leg lifts, toes pointing down, palms up. Roll the palms down and stepping into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. Using both your feet here and your legs, like you're really trying to pull your mat a little bit further apart. Feeling that reach. You can interlace here, reaching up. Noticing your breathing. And then we take the arms out. And so here, it's like you're coming forward. It's like you're collecting in, you're drawing in, you breathe in. And then exhale, you lift. Feeling that, even that slight extension. Breath in, deep breath in. Exhale with a sighing breath. And again, breath in. And out. One more. Breath in. And out. Arms down. Reaching back up. Warrior One. Into Warrior Two. Feeling that reach. Cartwheeling your arms to the floor. Lifting your leg back. Peeling your hip open. Holding. And lowering. Coming up and over, rippling up and over into plank. Knees to the floor or full plank as you lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into Sphinx here. Breathing in. Think of filling up your kidneys into the sides and the back of the lower ribs. And out. Bringing your hands back and pressing back into a down dog position. From here, bending your knees a little bit deeper, breath in. Exhale, pulling up through the stomach muscles. Look between your hands, step or jump to the top of your mat. Breath in, half lift. Exhale, fold. Breathing in as you come up, feel your feet press against the ground, feeling the reach to the skies. Hands back at your heart. So other side. Right leg here. So we circle, again, like you're carving a ball in space. Right leg lifts, toes down, palms up. Rolling down your hands and stepping. Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. In here, using both your feet, your legs to stretch out your mat. Feeling that reach. Interlacing. Brushing the thigh, reaching up. Opening out, Warrior Two. I realised I'm going to be facing the wrong way, so please don't. Oh no, we don't want Warrior Two anyway, but I am going to have to change directions, so excuse me. Here we go. All right. And then from here, arms reaching out. Coming forward. Again, it's like you're collecting in here. And then slight extension. Lifting, feeling also that reach all the way out through your arms, your hands, your fingers. And again, breath in. And out. Breath in. And out. Last one, coming forward, drawing everything in here. It's like you're collecting and you're collecting your breath in. Exhale, feel that lift through your chest. Arms reaching down to reach back up into a warrior one. Warrior two. Feeling the reach, noticing your natural breathing. And cartwheel your arms to the floor. Lifting your leg back. And just for a moment here, peeling the hip open. And lowering. Down dog. Rippling up and over into a plank. Hold. Knees to the ground or full plank. So chaturanga, as you lower down, you can take belly down and stay with Sphinx, or you can move into an up dog if you're taking it into an up dog. Back into down dog position. And then from here, you can look between your hands and just folding the legs in front. We are making our way into a seated position. And to finish, like one or two final moves. So as we've come back down to the ground, just a little bit more opening through your hips and just finding that comfortable positioning. And then what we're going to do here, we're going to bring more of a waving motion, a rolling waving motion into our body. And so just see if you can, from visually seeing me, if you can just get a bit of a sense so I don't over talk it. But it's like I lift here and I sort of press through there. And then I'm over to the other side. And then here. So I'm sort of almost pressing out a little bit there as I lift here. And then, so it's a whole rhythm motion through the joints of the legs up into the hips, and also see if you can feel your sit bones, the weight through your sit bones, your pelvis against the ground, and then you just start to feel into this roll, seeing if you can also include your trunk of your body and your upper body. Some more, and then it just can become this one ongoing movement. So as we're doing this, I can feel my hips. So I did a little bit of that opening in down dog. I thought, oh, that will help us out hopefully a little bit here. And now let's take a breath in. And out. Let's go the other way. Breath in. And out. Last one, breath in. And out. Just bringing your legs together in a comfortable position. So I mentioned that this class was meant to be about a 20-minute class. I think it's turned into a 30-minute class. And so I hope that there's been some benefit for you. If you're joining our classes at the studio, online, or both, this information will support your practices. We're going to finish with an Om and our dedication as we do at the end of our classes, so that we can include other. So if there's anyone you know who's unwell, having a rough time or is sick, can be people you know, people you don't know, animals across the planet itself, sending wishes of any goodness that come to your mind. And we'll finish with one Om. And here we're feeling the Om, the vibration, the sound of the Om also in your body. For a breath in. And namaste everybody, and take care. Thank you.